Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different because it's about a topic that I just really want to talk about and it's my channel, so here we are. It was reported yesterday at the time of this filming that Warner Brothers is going to go ahead and give the green light to a brand new Harry Potter series on HBO Max, or I guess they're calling it Max now. And there are a lot of different opinions about them doing this, and I just thought it'd be cool to go ahead and turn on the camera and give my quick thoughts about it. Personally, I love this. I know that Warner Brothers has been itching to get back into the Harry Potter game for a while, and Fantastic Beasts just wasn't doing it anymore. I personally really enjoy the first Fantastic Beasts. The second one, I would probably give it a thumbs down, but it was like middle of the road, probably like a 4 out of 10. It wasn't terrible. The third one, absolutely hated. I did not like it. It did not do well enough to constitute a fourth movie in the box office. But it was very apparent with the change of leadership in Warner Brothers that Harry Potter is a super valuable franchise for them, and they have got to do something with this, and it's not Fantastic Beasts. I wasn't sure if they were going to try to do a movie with Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, that whole group, but it seems like there's just no interest from that group of actors to come back to Harry Potter, which I understand. You want to go do other stuff now. You don't want to go back to the well if you're those actors. I'm sure that they would get a dumpster load of cash to be in it, but I completely understand where they're coming from. So the question was, do they reboot it with the movies? Do they do a TV show? Do they go forward with just another new story? What are they going to do? So now it's etched in stone. They're actually moving forward with it. They are going to do the Harry Potter TV series where each season is one of the books. And honestly, I'm excited for this. I actually, weirdly enough, I just decided to finish reading all of the Harry Potter books. Up to this point in my life, I had only read the first two. I just hadn't gotten around to it, and I finished the third book a couple of nights ago, actually, and just reading through that, there's so much there that the movie did not even cover or they just skipped over, and the idea of there being a TV series where they can actually go in and touch on all of the different plot points and characters in the book that aren't touched on in the movies is very exciting for me. My biggest thing is I just hope they aren't remaking the movies and they are truly doing an adaptation of the books. Because if they go out there and they try to do the movies all over again, stretched over like 8, 9, 10 episodes a season, then it's going to be boring because we've already seen that great version of things. Let's get something new in here. So I think the TV format could really benefit the stories because there's just a lot they didn't touch on in the movies. They did say in the press release for this that they wanted to be a true adaptation of the books, and I really hope that they're not just saying that and they can actually walk the walk there, because I do really believe that the consumer will get a different product if they adapt the books. All in all, we know where the story is going to go. The beats are about the same, but we're just going to get more. That's what I want. I want more of this world, and preferably stuff that we didn't already get in the movies. And let's run with them possibly doing 10 one-hour episodes a season. Right there, you have 10 hours of content that you can fill, whereas each movie was 2.5 hours or so. My biggest concern is just boring episodes. And don't come after me. Every TV show has them where it's just kind of a filler episode. I hope that it is all killer, no filler in this TV show. I don't care if they do 6 episode seasons, 7, 10, 20, whatever. As long as we just get a fantastic adaptation of Harry Potter, I'm happy. I saw some pushback online about it being too soon to do this. And frankly, I disagree. It's been 22 years since the first Harry Potter movie came out, okay? It's been long enough for them to go ahead and try to remake this story. And by the time they make the final season here, they say it's going to span 10 years, but let me try to conceptualize this. Let's say they start filming this next year. The earliest release date would be 2025. Let's say that they release a season once a year. By the time the last season would have come out, it will be 20 years since Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. I feel so old saying that. But the point is that enough time has passed, and even if the TV show sucks, it doesn't take away from the fact that we have great movies to go back to, you know? It doesn't have to be a thing where these are replacing the old movies, you know? We will always have those, so if the TV show sucks, whatever. It's just another adaptation of the book series. And we shouldn't be living in fear of ruining a past product with a new product, you know? It's not like they're gonna commingle or come together ever. You know, it's the TV show and the movies. In my head, the way that my brain works, I can separate the two. And I think that we should all be excited that it's HBO that's producing this. I mean, let's just look at the track record lately for those guys. They are coming out with new episodes of Succession, probably my favorite TV show on the air right now, and Succession is amazing. They just got off of making The Last of Us, probably the best video game adaptation ever, okay? They've made countless hit TV shows. I don't understand where the pushback is. And I understand that people care about this property, and a lot of the fear has to do with not wanting them to mess things up. And I completely get that. I don't want a bad TV show. You know, I'm reading the books right now. I'm on the 4th one, and the 3rd book already, I feel like I am more into the fandom than I have been before, where I just love that world. I get where everyone's coming from, but from my perspective, we are getting the best studio at making TV shows. You know, HBO doesn't, you know, try to skimp out whenever it comes to budget or who they get to show run things, okay? We're getting HBO produced Harry Potter, which is good. It doesn't take away from the movies, and it's been over 20 years since the first movie came out. In my opinion, it's time for a new adaptation. We shouldn't be afraid of a new adaptation. Now, who they get as the showrunner and as the primary cast, particularly who's going to play Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, is critical, because everyone associated with the past series of films is iconic in that role. You know, you can't think of Harry Potter without thinking of Daniel Radcliffe or Rupert Grint and Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, Emma Watson, Alan Rickman as Snape. I know that we had 2 different Dumbledores, but I mean, both of those actors were iconic in that role. I mean, even the guy who played Draco Malfoy. These people are forever associated with those characters. Who you cast in that role is going to be so important, and I would implore HBO to go ahead, or HBO and Warner Brothers, to go ahead and try to find some unknowns who we don't associate with something else. You know, that's not like a requirement by any means. I mean, House of the Dragon had plenty of actors there that have done stuff before, and whenever they're on screen, I'm not looking at Doctor Who, I'm looking at whatever his name, Targaryen, who Matt Smith plays. But the thing is, we have to remember, they know that casting this is important. They are not going to try to mess this up. The biggest is who they are going to get to show run. And this is where I'm going to kind of stick my heels in a little bit. I hope it's not David Yates. Respectfully, David Yates has made the last several Harry Potter universe films. He has made every Fantastic Beasts movie. He has made every Harry Potter movie from Order of the Phoenix on. I think it's time for a new filmmaker to come in here, give his take on the story, and for us to move on from David Yates. That's my feeling, and I feel like that's what Warner Brothers is going to do. You know, why would you hire the director who just made 2 Fantastic Beasts movies in a row? That's just my take on it. I don't know who they're going to get to show run this thing, but surely they are going to get the best of the best. I mean, who doesn't want to do a Harry Potter TV series? But those are my thoughts on the newly announced Harry Potter TV series coming to HBO Max here in who knows when, probably 2025. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I love just coming on here and speaking my thoughts about random stuff involving TV, movies sometimes. So thank you for being patient with me and watching up to this point. Subscribe for more if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.